We must stop the terror. Now watch this drive.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Okay. Oh boy, we're back. Another episode. Who's having fun out there, boys and girls, and all the kids that come around and want to listen to the Uncle Hack podcast? We're live with new dates coming up here this weekend. Why won't... there we go. Coming up, stand-up dates this weekend, April 25th and 26th, St. John, New Brunswick, April 27th in Fredericton. Tickets are low on that one. Better get them while you can. Following weekend, we are in Barhead, Alberta, and back to the Mac in Fort McMurray on May 3rd, May 9th in Hannah, Alberta, to look at a photograph. May 10th in... Medicine Hat, Alberta, May 23rd, Sam Walker and I in Halifax, Nova Scotia. May 29th, just added, just myself in Lacombe with a few Edmonton comics. Tickets going fast. Just announced that, and it's already half sold. June 6th and 7th in Kelowna, British Columbia. Then following that, we are June 12th in Churchbridge, Saskatchewan, June 13th in fucking, what the hell is this town? Just outside of Estevan. Just outside of Estevan, Saskatchewan. I don't know how to pronounce the goddamn name. We're 7 minutes outside of Estevan, Saskatchewan on June 13th. June 14th in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, June 15th in Calgary, June 20 and 21st in Niagara Falls, July 20th, heading back to America, Bloomington, Minnesota, baby. August 10th in Phoenix, Arizona, October 17th in Berwyn, Alberta, October 18th in Grand Prairie. New dates added, more to come, dangercatshop.com for tickets. And if you'd love to support this show, please head on over to patreon.com/dangercats69. Get an exclusive episode waiting for you right now as you're listening to this. Unless you're already on the Patreon, you may have gotten this one a little bit earlier than everybody else because you were popular and you're cool and you deserve to have all of that good stuff because you decided to hand me a little cash. And that's why we appreciate those over at the Patreon, patreon.com/dangercats69. Links down below in the description. And let's get into it, huh? Oops. Oh, live studio audience. They didn't even chime in to start the show. Unbelievable. We are it's hell on earth here in Canada. Politically divided, as always. 1 week to go until the election. Minds are melting. Everybody doesn't have an understanding of what the hell's going on, what's to come. We're making up shit as we go. We're screaming at each other in the streets, and we're going to cover the not only some of the political ads or the political campaign ads that have been put out, but some of the people that are showing up to these events. That's been fun to take notice of, right? We're going to take a little deep dive down there and have some fun. Now, funding is being lost, but let's talk about my past weekend, huh? Danger Room finally back at the comic strip in Edmonton, Alberta. We were not allowed there for a minute. We had to let things cool down, I guess, and now we're back, and we fucking rip a show there, and you know what? Know what I like? If you think I only shit disturb because I'm a right-wing guy, enough of that, okay? Nothing like a little sting job on your own audience. Sometimes you have to shock people that are on your team just so you can get a laugh. I can only laugh at so much about this left-wing, fucking right-wing nonsense for so long until I get bored. Then I start wanting to, light a fire, see what's going on. Who's paying attention? Who's really here to laugh, right? That's what gets me going. And there was a comic, his name, Rob Morgan. Funny guy, really funny guy, out of Ottawa, gay dude. And I've never laughed harder at a Danger Room in Edmonton than watching a gay man from Ottawa tell an audience in Edmonton, Alberta, that nothing he loves more than sucking some just redneck, hillbilly, fucking backwards, MAGA hat wearing cock. And I watched 9 people, I counted them out, 9 people in the audience turn their hats around in unison. And that, to me, was the funniest shit I had seen in a minute. You know, and I'm talking with my own eyeballs. My brain is just calculating all these moves that are taking place, and you just watch it unfold in front of you. That makes me laugh. Sometimes you have to be a shit disturber on your own people. I see online, the comment sections are fucking boring. That's why I kind of enjoy this political fucking season this year. Finally, we're out in the streets screaming at one another, and it's not for some foreign war that none of us are really that interested in anymore. A few people are clinging on to it, and everybody's bored of the wars. We have a decision to make in the country, right? We have a decision to make. Who's going to plummet us further into debt? Who is going to cause us to be chained to a fucking job that you don't want to be at to cover the debt of poor decision making in Ottawa, Ontario? That's what we get a vote for this election. Who's going to make the national debt larger? Who's going to make it so we can't even service the interest on the debt, huh? Who's going to do it? Who's stepping to the plate? Who are we going to elect to do it? That's why I like that this is something a little more like internal to Canada, not external. We've been watching these fucking goons out in the streets scream about the Ukraine, screaming about Putin, fucking Hamas, the Jews. Boring. I'm over it, okay? I am over it. What I want to see is Canadians in the street at war with one another over what dork we're going to not even re-elect. This is the title has been vacated. It is vacant. Who's going to take the strap? Who's going to make the nation worse? Who's going to cause us to lose our national identity even more? That's what I'm excited about. And now we got the boomers out there causing a muck. And speaking of the gays, let's get into, this is a strictly, I pay attention to the news and I comment on the news show today. That's what it's going to be. That's how we're going to get through this hour with one another while you're in the truck at work and I'm bitching and moaning about the things I see on the internet so you don't have to. I'll say the things that a lot of people are scared to say. I'm fine with that because I hate everything. Deep down in my core, I don't, but I love to shit on it. I love it. And that's what I get to hear. You're not afraid to say the things. You know what? I went in and I nailed, so right now, this is getting kind of fun. There's a comedy competition taking place. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go in it. I go into it. And I went in with pure intentions to be a nail bomb. Fucking total Boston Marathon. Nobody's going to enjoy their time. And somehow squeak through. Went in there just to be a nuisance and somehow squeak through, grabbing 3 people, move on, grab second place, and I guess I'm going to the semis now. Did I want to? Not entirely. I went in there with pure intentions to be a nuisance. And I did. And somehow, you got guys that are taking this very serious. They want to go through. And I just was like, you know what? I'm going to go have some fun. Let's terrify these people. Let's terrify these people. And I hope, deep down inside, I hope a lot of comics hate me for it. I do. I hope a lot of local comedians are pissed off that I took your spot. No. I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be like that. It was a great competition. I'm going to be a good sport about it. And then I'm going to talk shit after once I'm eliminated. Be like, well, why? I'm going to do what everybody else does in any form of competition until I'm eliminated. I'm going to be a very humble competitor. Until then, I will remain to be a good guy. And then once I'm eliminated, I'm going to start talking shit on everybody who moved on. I'm going to look at, oh, that guy's in the final. How the fuck did he get there? He's not even funny. I'm going to get bitter. And I'm going to get very juvenile and vindictive. That's the move. That's the fucking move. Just like how, let me get this going. There we go. Just like how the pettiness, let it, I don't know why we aren't more petty. You know, enough with this. I have anxiety and all that. Be petty. Get petty. And even if it's against me, get petty. It's fun. It's a good way to release some shit that you just got in you. You know, fucking, it'll come up and you feel good about yourself. Anyways, now we got, you know, because we're in election season, everybody's trying to, you know, garner and swing the young vote into their corner, and the funding is up in the air. We're spending billions, you know, cutting some checks while they still fucking can. Let's get it. And then now, this came across my desk nice and early, right? Struggling Pride Toronto Festival gets $350,000 funding infusion from City. So Toronto, very known. I believe it's one of the, there it is, one of Toronto's largest festivals, has received a lifeline from the city after announcing this year that it would be scaling back its 2025 event due to reduced funding from some of its key sponsors, coupled with rising costs of putting on the 4-day event. Today, Mayor Olivia Chow, a.k.a. Ben Bankus, announced that the city is providing $350K towards this year's Pride Toronto Festival, which will run from June 26th to August 19th of 2026, and committed to the funding for the next 8 years. Pending City Council approval. I'm announcing that the City of Toronto will be increasing funding support for Toronto Pride by 62% by 2027, starting with 26% increase this year. You know, at this point, the tax dollars mean nothing. These are frivolous coupons for politicians to throw around. They scoop all this shit into their corner and it's just have fun with it. But then it generates income into the city as well. And I know, like, the optics of it are going to cause people to be like, what the fuck are you talking? All that freak shit in the city? Who cares? Let them fuck each other in the streets. If they can dress up like a dog and piss on a fire hydrant, why can't I get whacked off in the back of an Uber? That's all I'm saying. All I want is an equal playing field. If a couple of old, saggy, fucking gut-hanging men can walk around with their cock hanging out, why can't I jerk off in a playground? You know what I mean? Let's even the fucking playing field. Is it that hard? Is it that hard to do? You know? And I'm not gonna go in this fucking debate with myself, because that's the only people here right now, besides the live studio audience, obviously, that are enjoying their time here. The 8,000 people applauding this show live, obviously, having a wonderful time, paid $30 a ticket to be here. I'm making $36,000 an episode on this show. That's why I have to go so outrageous and make these wild claims in front of all these people. And you listening in the car, the 8.6 million, the 6 million people that are listening to this show, the 6 million, can you believe that? 6 million people listen to this show weekly. Why the multi-year funding? It is a way to show confidence and give Pride Toronto the foundation to say, you're not going anywhere. We believe in you. Go out there and get the partnerships you need. So we're there. We need to get to the part where, many of you, okay, this part right here. No, go back. Many of you know, because of what is happening in the USA, we lost $300,000. So this is helping us to be able to add some events back, which we had to pull. It's an investment in communities and stories, the power of culture to bring us together. So I strongly, that's the part I wanted to get to right here. Kojo Modeste, Pride Toronto's executive director, previously said that 3 major sponsors, which he declined to name, either told them that there had been a shift in priorities or that financially it was not a good year and they're reevaluating their partnerships. I strongly believe that there is a level of fear that might be instilled in those folks. Weird. So now the table is kind of turned, and you're seeing it from the other side, because it was before, if you kind of spoke up and you weren't for any of this, right? If you weren't a major corporation that was, look at Nike, all these companies that were pumping out like gay stuff, it was all for the dollar. And now it's kind of, this is fizzling out. You're seeing a shift on how people are perceiving it. And now that a lot, maybe because of the Doge, I imagine like the Doge, the executioner coming in and cutting off a lot of this like wasteful spending, they're cleaning up a little bit. This maybe doesn't generate the kind of money that they thought that it was. So now we don't really need to do this anymore to look like we're good people until maybe another Democratic fucking government comes in and they reinstall the spending and start pissing money away, But I strongly believe there's a level of fear in those folks. He said earlier in the year, pointing to the U.S. President Donald Trump's disdain for diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI programs, and help, and his push to eliminate them federally. The rising sentiment in the United States is either you're with us or against us. So what does that have to do, if you're not generating the money, right? Maybe the spending has to scale back a little bit. Maybe it's just not sustainable to go into these big, this big elaborate, and it has nothing to do. This is just strictly economics. And if people don't want to attach themselves to it, you can't be pissy and stomping your feet and be like, well, why aren't you giving us money again? Because they don't want to. Like if I put on something and then in the next year, like the sponsors wanted to drop us because I don't know, for whatever reason, is it their fault or my fault? Do I get pissed off because that's happening? No, I don't feel like it, because it's what, politics change? Maybe they don't want to. They don't need to give you a reason why they don't want to hand over money. Everybody's just like, this is what's kind of, I feel is a bit annoying with a lot of this, is like, a lot of them are just standing with their hands out, waiting for money to fall because their existence is more important than everybody else. And I'm not saying like it applies to this, but it has that vibe to it. It's like, hey, I'm here, I'm queer, and I need your money, and give me your money right now. Like, does it grow the local economy? I would imagine so, because so many people come there and they spend money and they're, taking part in these big parties. And I imagine the prep sales are going through the roof, and those guys don't use condoms. So let's be honest, a little bit of lube and kale chips and ice salads and whatever you need so you can butt blast one another in a fancy hotel room downtown Toronto. Just having ass plowed for fucking days out there, enjoying themselves, showering each other in piss. Boy, oh boy, that sounds like a wonderful weekend, doesn't it? As we mark our 45th festival this year, the support from the city of Toronto comes at a critical time with rising operational costs and growing pressure on prides around the world due to an increasingly challenging political landscape. This funding represents leadership at its best. it states. It ensures we can continue to deliver safe, accessible, and inclusive programming that uplifts queer voices, and it also helps maintain Pride as one of Toronto's premier cultural festivals, drawing millions, supporting local economies, and showcasing the city's commitment to equity and inclusion on the global stage. Well, the thing about that is there is some odd behavior attached. Like Pride now isn't what it was. Like you get a couple gay dudes out, like a couple leather daddies on a Pride float, and what did you get, like a day? And now it's like we got Pride Month. It's like exhausted itself. So I feel like a lot of people are kind of just tapped out with it. And now you're standing around with your hands out expecting like a bunch of cash to fall into it. Because like a lot of this doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Is now we're seeing the fallout of like this individualism that has taken place for the past 9 years and how much wasteful spending has taken place with it. So like I can see why a lot of companies are stepping away of just, I don't care. They've seen what happened with the Dylan Mulvaney nonsense, you know. They a lot of people who are spending the cash don't agree with it. And you watched like a fucking, they almost tanked Bud Light because of it. Because they put a fucking tranny on a can. But additionally, City Council has also approved $1.3 million to renew Special Event Stabilization Initiative in 2025 to support local event organizers in managing increased production cost. Nobody's doing anything. I'm excited to see new funding being provided to such events as the Toronto Caribbean Festival. We're very excited to see Olivia Chow's costume this year. Pride and many other festivals that put Toronto on the map as a cultural destination. In many cases, these festivals give equity-deserving groups a rare chance to be seen and heard. These are the bright sparks that put our city a cut above the rest. That's what I mean. You know what? You get the pleasure of living in an overpriced shithole like Toronto, but thank God the city is pumping a bunch of money into these festivals. So that way we can all gather and bitch and moan about the rent prices together, right? Am I right, folks? You think everybody down at the Pride Festival is getting fucked in the ass? Try renting a condo down there. Oh. Thank you. You think you want to get stroked off, head on down to Dundas and fucking try and find a meal for under $25. You're going to be stroking somebody off for a meal, huh? Get the fuck out of here. But that's the political landscape coming up here, you know, like I think you're going to see a lot of it coming. A lot of these, like, these programs that were reliant on the government funding to ensure that these popped off, I think is going to start, you know, you're seeing a shift in the States. Sure. Politically, is it as bad as they say? I think we're blowing it out of fucking proportion. But these politicians are doing whatever they can to garner the vote, and I am kind of for it. I'm seeing what some of them are doing for campaign ads, and it is magnificent. So here we have the NDP's Naila Saeed from the Don Valley North riding, showing you how to garner the young vote. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you with, oh my God, I've never been happier to show a video on this show.
Yo, Wagwan.
Whoa.
My Toronto youths, let me holler at you real quick. Listen, their man's out here saying, yo, the system's broken. But real talk, if you're not voting, you're not fixing nothing, fam. Don't be moving shaky, thinking your vote doesn't count. Wallahi, every single vote can make a difference, fam. Now let's say that the NDP's got your back. If you vote Conservatives or Liberals, then Don Valley North is definitely cooked, fam. Yo, Wagwan.
Oh my God. That's what they're resorting to. Just when you thought the NDP party could not get any worse, you thought Jagmeet Singh could tank it into the just the depths of the Earth's core. This woman thought to herself, hey, I know how to. Now I get it. There's probably some humor behind this, but I'm going to say that a lot of Gen X is a little out of touch. You know, even myself, I'm out of touch with the youth. Who's talking like this? You know, I get this. The Toronto accent is like what I call it Newfie Jamaican. That's what I call it. Newfie Jamaican. That's what it sounds like to me. Yo, Wagwan. Listen, fam. The politics is cooked. What up, youth? This video is only for Toronto youth. If you ain't saying still in every sentence, skip this. You believe this? This is what politics has come to, okay? Now, I said a while ago, did I not? You can quote me on it. I said politicians are they're going to slowly turn into these influencer type individuals online. And that's what we're seeing. She's got the stick with the mic on it, like she's doing TikTok videos on like a street corner, like we're doing, you know, the street interview bullshit. You got the slang. There's nothing more annoying than anybody. Like, if you're not a part of that generation, there is nothing more annoying than listening to some idiot trying to speak the slang of the youth. Look at me. Look at me. If you heard me talk like that, you would think, Hack, what are you doing? Are you a pedophile? And I would have to say, listen, I don't need to talk like that to be a pedophile. No. That's a clip that can be cut and put on the internet and destroy me. Destroy me. But this is what we're resorting to here, folks. This is the frustrating part of this election is now we are seeing the influence of the internet and how it has seeped into the skulls of these lunatics. We don't need more than a party that first off, I think its existence is slowly dissipating. I think the trust in the new Democratic Party has eroded since, there was an opportunity for Yagmeet to really, I think he could have maybe garnered some more votes for him because the country was plummeting. Obviously, the conservatives were polling a lot higher than the liberals at the time, but I think you could have scored a few more seats in your favor, which then probably would have taken a conservative majority maybe down to a minority, and the liberals would have to take you more serious. So it could have been a political move on your part there, and you would have gained the trust of more individuals that would have leaned towards that party. But then there was a landslide of mistakes. First off, this is one. Who in their right mind took her aside and said, "Hey, I've got an idea. Did you think of this?" Be like, "Hey, I know how to garner the youth vote." The youth right now don't care that you're using their slang. This is like when I was younger and your parents got Facebook and you're like, "Fuck, can you not do that? This is our area. This is the things that we're doing. Culturally, you are so detached from it. Nobody wants to fucking read your recipes." Okay? And then the boomers came in, Gen X came in, took over Facebook. We abandoned it and we just said, have that wasteland. We hate the fucking app anyways. And now what's left on there? Retards. Retards are sitting on Facebook and they argue in comment section. That's what's happening. Idiots are sitting on Facebook all day long arguing with one another. There is nobody, and I repeat, nobody, no young people are being like, "Hey, did you see my Facebook post?" They're not doing that. Okay? Now this is that same energy, that same reference repackaged for 2025 is Saeed, who gives a shit? It's who gives a shit decided in her head, how am I going to get these young people to head to, if I talk like them, maybe I can get them to the polls. And maybe, just maybe, they'll remember my name just long enough between hoots off of a fucking vape pen to go and vote for me.
My Toronto youths, let me holler at you real quick. Listen, there man's out here saying,
Oh
yo,
my God.
the system's broken. But real talk, if you're not voting, you're not fixing nothing, fam. Don't be moving shaky, thinking.
Here we go. Then they use voter turnout is lower among young adults than older age groups. What could change that? This right here. You know what? Nyla, who gives a shit? You did it. The kids are running away from the polls. In fact, maybe they're running to them to make sure that this shit doesn't happen again. Can we not? Like, this should be satire, right? This should be satire, but I don't think that there is nothing that just gets under my fucking skin more than these dipshits. Why young voters might not vote this federal election. Youth votes could swing this election, but data shows they don't tend to vote as much as older demographics. Well, I mean, what were you doing when you were young? When you were 18, okay, were you sitting there discussing who you're going to vote for this federal election? Is that what you were doing with your spare time with your friends while you were going? Yeah, no, what I was doing is I was steeping tea while sitting with my youths discussing about how cooked the political system is, fam. And as we were discussing how cooked the political system is, fam, we decided that as a younger generation, we must get out and fucking wagwan our way down. I don't even know if that's the right way. Wagwan our way down to the polling stations and vote for whoever we see fit. Did I do it? Did I speak young? Hey, young people. Hey, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat on if I spoke. But
Your vote doesn't count. Wallahi, every single vote can make a difference, fam. Now let's say that the NDP's got your back. If you vote conservatives or liberals, then Don Valley North is definitely cooked, fam. You walk
good. Is that what you want representing you? Is that what you want? Is that who you'd want as your local MLA? Is that what you look at and you think to yourself, yep, that's the one. And it gets worse. I'm not going to sit here and act like it gets better. Like, here we have, this is the Conservative Party's ad that we can't afford 4 more years. And they try to be cute with the caption. You'll get it. You'll get it here. This is the Conservatives.
How's your son, David?
Well, it's been a tough few years for him. He just can't seem to get ahead.
Yeah, we had to pay for Sarah's down payment last year. Things are tough for her, too.
You know what Mark Carney says.
Come on, do you really think that a 4th Liberal term is going to change anything?
You know, I've been thinking the same thing.
Are we really going to give these clowns a 4th term? I'm voting Conservative. There you go.
Yeah, for a change.
Oh my God. That's what we're doing. Old guys at the
yeah. David.
That's what two senior citizens at a country club driving range smacking some balls around. Just enjoying a nice little warm up before we go and hit 18. Retirement's been really hard, you know. What did he say his son's name?
How's your son, David?
David's been having a go. He just can't seem to get ahead. You know, maybe you old fuckers need to die and just distribute the wealth. What are you hanging on for? You know what? We're going to go off for a second here. You know, you went and you were hugging these people through plastic for 4 years to ensure that they stayed alive. That's what you did. You went and got a shot in your arm. 3, maybe 4, 6 of them to make sure that they stayed alive. If anything, you're going to find me next week. Know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to kill every bat I see, and I'm going to put them in a pot, and I'm going to boil them, and I'm going to fucking serve it to everybody in the area until I get a new one. And I know, you believe it was Batwing Soup? I don't give a shit at this time, okay? I don't give a fuck if it was Batwing Soup. I'll make squirrel soup, a super virus. I don't give a shit. I'm going to wipe you out. You're over 65, it's over, okay? I'm boiling rodents right now. And a super virus is getting made. It's over for you. Your money is being trickled back into the system. Retirement is done, okay? You've played enough golf. We've heard enough about it and be like, you got all these old bastards sitting around. Enough with it. Enough with it. Give up the property. The house is mine. It's whether you like it or not. I'm going to start sneezing in old folks' homes. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there with a cold. I'm going to go in there with a cold and I'm going to sneeze on everything. Everything I touch. Every fucking little thing I touch. I will go and deliberately get diseases that are airborne and I'm going to jog in there. I'm going to fucking do jumping jacks. I'm going to start sweating and sneezing. That squirrel soup. Hey, you know what? I'm going to start a program. It's going to be free. I'm going to be like, hey, we're going to do a luncheon. We're going to do a luncheon at all the nursery homes, all the old senior centers. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to serve you soup and bread. What do you think, folks? I'm going to have viruses fucking pouring out of my every pore. I'm going to wipe you out so we don't have to listen to this shit again. It's not even political at this point. It's both sides, these old people. Be like, the young people aren't voting anymore, so I must go down there and make shit worse. The voting, the other guy sucks. Die. That's all we want. Die. We're tired of you. I lost 4 years of my life, okay? 4 years of my life. I had to walk into a dollar store and pay through they saran wrapped. They put saran wrap up around broomsticks to guard me from the cashier. And I'm trying to pay, but I can't. I had plastic sheets in between tables at a restaurant. You had to put a mask on to go sit at a table. And it was like, we got to protect the old. No young people were dying. It was all the old people. We had to hug grandma through a fucking shower curtain. I wish I didn't. I wish that I would have ripped that fucking shower curtain down and I would have brought grandma in nice and close and whispered into her ear and be like, looks like that pension's being passed down. That RRSP is really gonna look good in my life. It's nice knowing you. Achoo! Just a midnight assassin. And this is what we got to look forward to. So fucking, Dad, I had to lend some money to Dad. As you should. What are you hanging on for it? I had to lend David some money there. Yeah. Back in our day, we bought our house for $13,000. Now it's worth $1.8 million. I'm not going to sell it. I can't sell it. Why would I sell it? It's been in the family. Fuck the family. Sell the house. Give the kids a... David's having a difficult time. They're trying to start a family. You're fucking... It's over. Why do we got to keep preserving life? Why? Your health. Oh, yeah, we'll keep you alive until you're 92. Enough. Life expectancy should be lowered. We should have a lower life. I'm saying look, I'm 34, okay? I'm 34. If I check out at 65, nice. Another 30 years of this shit? Another fucking 30 years of this shit? I'm good. I'll be happy. The front nine was good. I had a good time. I can look back from right now where I'm sitting and look back and be like, yeah, there's some bad times, but there's some pretty damn good ones too. I got my dick sucked from the back. Not bad. Oh, what's that? Oh, I had a fucking I caught myself. I was gonna say I got my face rode by a culturally ambiguous woman, and boy was she big. I've lived my life. I've shot ropes on the belly buttons of strangers. I've chugged beers with people I'll never meet again. I've taken illicit drugs that should kill, that would kill a rhinoceros. And I'm still here to live to tell you about it. I have stories that I look back upon and I smile about. And if I can pump out another 30 years, the front 9 was good. The back 9, I could relax a little bit and just kind of focus on, hey everybody, welcome to the show tonight. Huh? Welcome to the show tonight. Are we having a good time? Oh no. It was supposed to be the laughter, the applauding. Welcome to the Danger Cats comedy show. I'll do that for the back 9. All right. I'll get my kicks some way. I'll be like that fucking Patriots owner getting whacked off at Asian massage places. I'll be fine.
Well, it's been a tough few years for him. He just can't seem to get ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had to pay for Sarah's down payment last year. Things are tough for her, too.
You know,
Good. You grew up in a time where just like generating wealth couldn't have been easier. And then you greedy sons of bitches just clawed it, like, enough with it. Let a little seep out. Yeah, we had to help her with the down payment. Good. You silver-haired fox, you're at a fucking golf course at 7 a.m. What better shit do you got to do with your money other than sit and look at it? You're sitting and looking at it. You tightwad. Hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting there. Help her with their fucking down payment. You dickhead. Over here trying to straighten out a 9-iron. Like you hit a 9-iron 60 yards. You're so fucking old. I don't know if that's good, to be honest. You're driving 100 yards off the tee box. I know that's bad. Oh, I just got her. I got to get her up to 120. Enough with it. Pack it in. Pack it the fuck in. And it doesn't end there. The boomers.
Mark Carney says.
Come on,
Mark
do
Carney.
you think that a 4th Liberal term is going to change anything?
I've been thinking the same thing.
Are we really going to give these clowns a 4th term?
Where do they find these actors? What are they paying these actors? You couldn't find anybody else that could persuade me a little better? What the fuck is this? This is Canadian media too, by the way. This is what you get. This is like taxpayer funded acting. That's it right there. Yeah, I think that maybe a change might be good. Yeah, me too. Where's the emotion? Move me.
I'm voting Conservative.
Good for fucking you.
There you go.
Yeah, for a change.
Oh yeah. Enough. I'm getting heated. And I'm gonna continue to get heated because we got one more. We got one more to go. We're going through these. We got the. Now let's head on over. We've given it to everybody. Oh God. I've had enough with this elbows up shit. Every dipshit that I you envision. When I say elbows up, there's 3 people that come to your mind, they come to your brain, and then they just sit there in the frontal lobe of your brain. The image is baked into it. You know exactly the type of person that's running around elbows up. Enough with it. And I'm about to show you, and they're exactly who you think it is. Anyways, we're heading on over. Where is this? This is outside of a Mark Carney. I don't know. It looks like a school gymnasium. Mark Carney's through, and then we got the elbows up crowd, right? We got the elbows up. Yeah. This guy's reading a fucking book. Look at this dork. He framed a photo that says, "Let's go, Mark." He framed it. Who in the right mind has time? What male? Like, I framed a photo of a tour poster and I put it up on the wall, and that's the most adult thing I've done in the past 8 years. Framing a poster. Didn't just tack the poster because I'm a 34-year-old man. It's time to grow up just a little. That's what I thought to myself. Because normally I would just put tape on the back of the poster and put it on the wall, done, over, right? But no, I thought to myself, it'd be nice if I framed it. It would look nice in a frame, and I get that that's gay. That's gay. Even just to think that as a man, that's gay. That's when going through you as a man, you hear this as I'm talking and you understand what I'm saying. The females right now that do listen to this show are scratching their head and being like, what the fuck's he talking about? Why would that be gay? It's gay, okay? It's gay because I put effort into putting decor on the wall. That's what makes it gay, all right? Even look behind me. I didn't get I tacked records to the wall. I hung skateboards. That's the only thing that behind me, if you're watching this, you can look at it and be like, not bad. I put a shelf up so I can put trinkets on, like Don Cherry's book and sugar skulls, decor, gay. Never in my life did I think when I'm going to a political rally, I should frame this photo and take it with me. Does that mean that you have this hung on your wall? Like sometimes it has nothing to do with the political bullshit. It has nothing to do, but what the fuck are you thinking? You know what I mean? And then on top of it, like I said, everybody in this video that you envisioned is there. It's just old pants shitting fucking geriatrics and dorks. That's who's showing up to political campaign rallies. And this fucking guy. This lacked a fucking. He's wearing a cardigan. It's a nice cardigan. I put on my finest cardigan to go down to the Mark Carney campaign to go hang out with old women. Old women. And we got this old broad. What's she doing? The chicken dance? Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this. One dork brought Mark Carney's book. We got every extra for the Crypt Keeper here. It is just fascinating what this man can bring out. But this is what I mean. Again, I go back to my point. You spent 4 years of your life hugging these people through plastic. That's what you did. You did that. You went and got a needle in your arm to protect these goons right here that are walking, elbows up. Settle down, Martha. You haven't got your elbows above your shoulders since 1996, you brittle old bag. Enough with it. Nobody's putting their fucking elbows up. Physically, metaphorically, it's not happening. I swear to God, I look at this and it infuriates me. These are the most fucking... I can't. It sends me to the stratosphere. Wow, he's a banker, He's going to be the reason we get He just knows how to steal the money smarter than everybody else. He's a banker, He assisted in getting us through the financial crisis, and I know he was a banker, He was a He evaded taxes. That's the only thing I respect about him, is he evaded taxes. That's the only thing that I respect about him, because that money didn't get fucking put into your pension. That's the only part. That's the only thing that I sit back and I go, you know what? Maybe that was a nice move. I like that move. He evaded taxes. Good. And then the conservatives are like, he didn't pay his taxes. I don't want to pay my fucking taxes. Especially if I was rich. You want to pay fucking millions of dollars in taxes? I don't even want to pay the fucking thousands. Well, he's an international banker. He's going to get us through this. Enough with it, you old bag. Die. Again, I'm back to my point where I'm going to be boiling rodents in a fucking oil barrel and serving it to old folks' homes all of 2025, and I'm looking for volunteers. It's going to be like you know how Vancouver always has those tents where they hand out needles and all that shit. I'm going to be handing out free soup, free Batwing Soup to the elderly all throughout 2025. That's what I'm going to be doing. Just so this shit doesn't happen again. So I don't have to look at Martha, who looks like she just crawled out of a fucking coffin to be here. Christ, at least brush the spiders out of your hair, you freak. Unbelievable. I'm being rude today. I do need to give credit where it's due. Kareema Saad, one of my favorite on Twitter. I implore you to go and follow her. Some of the best footage she catches. Wonderful human being, one of my favorite Twitter accounts because she has been documenting all of this unfold, and it's been amazing. It's the best footage. She just puts it out there. She's having a good time. She's laughing. She's doing a little elbows up. Elbows up. Enough. And then we let's end it on a high note here, folks. My favorite. The Brantford Boomer. The Brantford Boomer. Now, this guy has been going viral for flipping off the camera. Okay? Let's get you. So, viral Bradford Boomer photo causes stir in Ottawa town. Craft brewery in St. Thomas is distancing itself from a former executive after a photo of him went viral on social media. A Liberal supporter identified as Matt Janes. I got one more. You know what? This might be a little longer than. But anyways, a craft brewery in St. Thomas is distancing itself from a former executive after a photo of making an obscene gesture at a rally. And you know what? Everybody's like Matt Jane, who is a volunteer for David Goodwin, a Liberal candidate in the Elgin St. Thomas, London South, was photographed as he held up both middle fingers in front of his face, smiling. The photo was taken while hundreds of Liberal supporters attending a rally. But this is a perfect example of just like, this is a battle between all these old fucks right now. Young people, I think it's very known what they want. A lot of young people are being vocal on what they want, and it seems a majority, if it was the young vote, it would swing hard conservative in this election. Granted, do I care? No. But this is what young people are leaning towards, where these old boomers are just like, I can't give up. That's why I'm telling you, young people, we got 4 years, okay, to come up with some soup that the Chinese, whatever. We can talk to the Chinese, the East Indians are coming over, and then we've seen some of their, what am I talking about? We need them. Once a week, I'm going to bring a street vendor from Mumbai, and he's going to go in there and serve food to these people inside, just a free, hey, 65 and up, we just want to thank the elder 75, whatever it is. And we just want to thank you for being there for us when we needed you the most. Here's a free meal on the house. Patel is going to cook you up a traditional dish from Mumbai. And enjoy yourselves. And then I vacate the premises, and I watch the madness unfold as he serves food that he stirs with his foot. And fungus and all that. We've seen people that document themselves eating Indian street food, and it destroys them for a day. Do you think for a second the intestines of a boomer in Canada could possibly defend whatever that man cooks up? Damn it. Absolutely not. You have to use your resources to your advantage. But this image has went absolutely viral, and it's caused like a lot of uproar. A lot of people are now discussing it on people are upset over the fact that, these guys are saying these types of they're making a gesture. Everybody's upset because he made a gesture. And it's like, I think people are not so much upset about the gesture. It's more so of like, this is a direct, it was Kareema that caught that. We will find that. But if you do get a chance, head on over to Kareema and support what she does. I think what she does is very important because she is boots on the ground, just filming these things. Doesn't give her a take. She just, allows you to see what's happening out on the streets. And we all get it. We get to take it all in. And I think it's wonderful what she's doing because if we're seeing it firsthand, boots on the ground. Those outraged. We're laughing at Ryan and vice versa. Okay, no, I want the one clip before. But there's all sorts of scrums that are happening outside of these events. People are losing their minds this year, and as they should, as they should. Oh God, I apologize for not having this clip ready. I do have it loaded on Facebook, but I don't get the full frame, and that's what I want. Oh. We're getting close. We're getting close. But we've seen fist fights. We've seen... Christ almighty. These fake movements that have popped up. Oh, yes. This right here is the best way to end the show. Again, support Kareema. Big fan. She came to our show out in Halifax after the media came at us as hard as they did and supported us. We support her. So if you do get a chance, I just even give her a follow, share her content, get it out there more because I believe what she's doing is important. But this clip right here, I believe, was the one that I've never. This is the behavior. This is the type of behavior that I think we all can get behind, right or left. Okay, right or left, because if the left did it to the right, they would enjoy it, but it's the right doing it to the left, and it's just good old-fashioned trolling. You're rage baiting people in public, and that's what this shit is for. Go out and get your viral clip. Right now, the tension is just like you can cut it with a knife. It's everywhere. You cannot ignore it at this point in the game. So I implore you to put a little gas on the fire and get some people to explode. Get your viral clip. And I know this is probably wrong. It may possibly get me into legal trouble. But this is a hypothetical show, and you should never take anything that I say serious because I'm an idiot. Do you think that I'm going to go and boil rodents and serve them to the elderly? Of course I am. That is the truth. I am right now. I have 6 dead mice, eight fucking crows, and a magpie in a giant what do you call them? A crock pot right now. And I've been slow cooking these fucking things for almost 6 hours. And at 6 a.m., I'm going to head down to whatever nursery home that is just around the block from me, and I'm going to serve these old bags of bones a nice cup of fucking smell you later. because I had to hug you through a shower curtain and I want your money. And right before I do that, they're going to sign a document that they don't know is going to be them signing their will to me. And then they're going to, oh, you murdered my grandma. Did I? Did you go after Pfizer? Now all of a sudden it's a problem that I do it? Come on. Anyways, let's put a bow on it. And then for clips and everything like that. And then we got a little special surprise for you today.
Is it retarded or you were sleeping? Which one is it? Anybody? Can anyone answer that question? Objective. Oh, what is it? You're retarded? Look, you're not even doing the mustache, you fucking clown. You look stupid. Nice fucking beard. Oh, good fake laugh, you fat cunt. Jesus Christ. So we guys all sleeping, you're all just retarded. Retarded? Retarded. You look retarded. No shit, I'm wearing a liberal shirt. That's why I look retarded.
I'm gonna make you famous.
I'm already famous, stupid.
You're gonna be real fucking famous.
With what? Your 15 fucking friends on Facebook, you stupid fat fuck?
That part gets me every time. I'm going to make you famous. Oh, really? Yeah? Yeah, Frank? Yeah, Frank? Is that what you think? You got your phone out. You're gonna put him online, are you, Frank? Is that what you're going to do? Grandpa's down at the Liberal rally again thinking that he's a fucking influencer. Frank, you're going to be gone tomorrow. I hate to tell you. It's over. Batwing Soup.
So is it retarded or sleeping? Are you retarded or sleeping? That's not how it works. Single party consent, you dumb bitch. Are you retarded? Stupid. You are stupid. You guys are all fucking retarded. A decade of liberals and you're here. This guy got installed. He didn't get elected. Is it
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what I'm saying. That's how you treat an election. That's how you treat the election. Genius. I don't know who that man is. I'm not, this is the first I'm seeing his work. But I got to say, not bad, buddy. Not bad. For the first time in a long time, and I keep forgetting that I have these, but you're not going to believe it. We got some Uncle Hack mail. We haven't done this in a while, and thank you for sticking around for the show for so long, but somebody has sent in, and you can do this as well. If you wish and if you'd like, you can send in a voice note to the show. Email it to me at unclehack@dangercats.tv. We will air your whatever you want. You can rant, you can rave, it's a question. We're going to call it the Kitty Cat Corner. How about that? Meow. Little kitty cat corner. I need to get a fucking new thing. The kitty cat corner. I like that. Yeah. Time for the kitty cat corner where you can send in your, you can vent. You can, those like toast and roasts like your local Facebook fucking has. You can do that. Whatever you want, really. You can just send in a voice note. You got a problem? You want me to solve it? Hey, whatever it is, it's the Kitty Cat Corner. They used to do this thing called Speaker's Corner on Much Music. And you can just, get something off your chest if you'd like. And we got somebody, let's see here. Nothing in the email, so we won't release his name or nothing like that. But let's take a little listen together here, folks. This is first ever on the Kitty Cat Corner.
Hey, Hack, this is Blake calling in from Lanark County.
Okay.
I'm not sure if my voice memo got lost in cyberspace or whatnot, but second time's a charm, and if it doesn't air again, then I'll just know you definitely don't want it aired. Anyways, I sent in this voice memo a few weeks ago, pretty much about Tim Hortons, and then you did an episode on Tim Hortons, so
Okay.
it would have been perfect for it to be on that episode, but nonetheless, here we are.
Well, sorry, Mr. Fucking Perfect. Excuse me. Anyway.
And my hate mail is about Tim Hortons, and essentially, I've stayed away from Tim Hortons the last 3 or 4 years. Like every now and then I'll go, but nowadays the food tastes so synthetic. Like I know it's fast food, it's not going to be gourmet, but it just tastes like plastic.
Yeah.
You got to learn a second language, and I'm not talking about learning French to fucking order food there.
Oh, what language?
And it's just never right. It's just never fucking right. There's no care in
Get
it
it
anymore,
off your chest.
and there's no interest of it being good anymore. It's all about fucking corporate money and turning it into Sing Hortons or whatever you're calling it these days.
Actually, Taj
Anyways,
Mahal.
so here at work, someone did a coffee run a few weeks ago, and they came back with Tim Hortons, and uh, the cups had the roll up the rim on them. I haven't seen roll up the rim in a while. Apparently, they were doing it on an app the last few years or some bullshit. Who gives a fuck? Anyways, roll up the rim's back on the cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the cup and can win gift cards and a vacation and TVs and other shit like that. But the top prize is a electric Volkswagen bus.
Oh, yes, very
Well, who
familiar.
the fuck wants that?
Nobody.
Here's my point. Tim Hortons used to be Canadian.
Yeah.
It's now owned by Brazilians or Americans, whatever it is. You were talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't Canadian anymore for like the last 4 or 5 years or however long it's been. But if Tim Hortons still wants to pretend to be Canadian and, have Canadian maple leafs on their storefront and on their cups and shit, and if they want to like try and act Canadian, well, can they actually do it? I don't know. Like, if it's fuck, man, like, roll up the rim. If they're giving away
He's
a
got
vehicle,
another
it should be a
7
fucking
minutes left
Canadian
in this.
vehicle. And I'm not talking about something made in Canada because of tariffs or whatnot. I'm just talking about like a Canadian vehicle. A Volkswagen electric bus doesn't say Canadian to me, okay? A Duramax says Canadian to me. Or fuck, any diesel truck for that matter. Like, I'm not loyal to one brand or whatnot. I like vehicles in all shapes and sizes and brands. But Duramax rolls off the Canadian tongue and accent real.
Yeah, well, we all know who Volkswagen, huh? That's for the Volkswagen. And the second prize is a Hugo Boss suit.
Nicely. And I think the Duramax is the Canadian vehicle. Now, if you want to get all antsy and whatnot, I know Toyota makes some cars in Canada, Dodge does, Chevrolet, whatnot, Honda too. So then, if we want to get really Canadian, then give away a Honda Civic because they're made in Canada. Or I don't remember which specific model is made in Canada, but a few of those brands I listed make certain models here in Canada. Give away one of those or 10 of those or whatever. Because maybe not everyone wants a fucking diesel truck. But like nothing's more Canadian to me than a fucking lifted, on wides, big tires, Duramax, okay? Deleted, that's a Canadian vehicle. Now I don't expect Tim Hortons to go above and beyond, so just give away, I don't know, 5 Duramaxes and 5 fucking Honda Civics. So if you win, holy fuck, I won a car, and then you call into Tim Hortons or whatever, or however it works, Call in, oh yeah, I won. Okay, do you want a Duramax or do you want the Honda Civic? Oh yeah, I'll take the Honda Civic because I don't really need the big diesel truck. But my point is, Tim
Thank
Hortons isn't
God.
Canadian. They haven't been Canadian in a long time. They pretend to be Canadian, but the people working there aren't even Canadian. They want to act Canadian. Can they actually do it? Give away a vehicle that, is Canadian. Not some fucking gay electric bus, and there's probably some twink out there that wants that. I don't give a fuck. It's about looking Canadian and acting Canadian. I don't know, it pisses me off. I'm on my lunch break right now, and I've been meaning to re-record this and send it in to you. The last time I sent it in to you, it wasn't as long as it is right now, but I'm off script, I guess. Thanks, man.
Huh. Well, glad you got your point. Christ almighty. Holy shit. New merch, by the way. Thank you for that, Blake, for sending that in. We have a fucking Taj Mahorton shirt. I was holding it up. Yeah, that's finally on the Taj Mahortons, always stale. Now available. DangerCatShop.com. Thank you for that, Blake. That's right. If you want to send in a voice note, record it, and just email it to me on your phone. If you can't figure that out, I know a lot of people are, how the hell do you do that? I don't know. It's called Google, dumbass. There's AI now. Ask AI. Ask ChatGPT. Learn how to use the fucking I know we got computers in our pockets. You can't learn to use it just for a day, huh? Learn something new one day and just send it in, and there you go. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. If you want to support the show, head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/DangerCat69 for the cost of one beer a month. The cost of a beer a month. You can support this podcast at patreon.com/DangerCats69. Thank you. Good night, everybody.